The full Play It Today breakdown is linked in the description on theircheck.com. For Uplink, the useful question is not whether it was clever in 2001. It was. The useful question is whether its tense, fake terminal hacking fantasy is still worth starting now, and the answer is yes, but only for the right kind of player. Uplink still makes sense today, because it does one thing with unusual focus. It turns computer intrusion into a compact pressure game. Take a job, prepare your tools, route your connection, move fast, erase your tracks, and hope you understood the system before the system understood you. That is still a strong premise. It is not realistic cybersecurity, and it is not trying to be. It is Hollywood hacking as a nervous management game, where the interface is the drama. If that sounds appealing, Uplink still has a reason to exist. But this is not an easy blanket recommendation. A modern first-time player has to meet it on its own terms. The interface is old. The early loop can be unforgiving. If you do not understand tracing, logs, software, and upgrades, the game can punish you before you know what lesson you were supposed to learn. So the recommendation is selective. Play Uplink if you want a tense, systems first hacking sim, and you are comfortable learning an older PC game by poking at its rules. Skip it if you want smooth onboarding, modern readability, or relaxing cyberpunk power fantasy. There is no obvious remake or remaster that replaces it, so the choice is not really original versus modern version. It is, do I want this exact old school interface game or not? Legally, the answer is simple. The best current option for most people is Uplink, Hacker Elite on GOG. The other realistic mainstream option is Uplink on Steam. Introversion's own site points players toward current PC storefronts and the dossier-verified Steam and GOG availability. For most players, I would start with GOG, not because it transforms the game, and not because it is a remaster. It is the same basic recommendation with less platform dependency, a current PC release sold legally with a clear storefront listing, and no need to chase old discs or uncertain tablet versions. Steam is also a valid choice if that is where your library lives. The difference is not huge. This is not one of those cases where one version radically changes the experience. The important thing is to use a current legal PC release and ignore the noise around older or unclear platform options unless you have a specific reason to investigate them. The GOG name can be a little confusing because it is listed as Uplink, Hacker Elite. For practical purposes, that is the version to recommend to a normal modern player. The title variation matters less than the access path. Buy the current PC release, launch it, and judge the game on whether its core loop grabs you. The main thing to know before starting is that Uplink is not difficult because the controls are physically complex. It is difficult because the game expects you to understand its logic. Do not treat the opening like a modern tutorialized campaign. Treat it like learning a dangerous workspace. Jobs, connection, bouncing, traces, logs, software purchases, hardware upgrades, and cleanup are the real verbs of the game. The fun comes from understanding how those pieces connect under pressure. A light beginner guide can help, but a full walkthrough is the wrong tool. You do not need someone to solve every mission for you. You need enough orientation to avoid bouncing off in the first hour. Learn what traces mean. Learn why logs matter. Learn when to invest in better tools. Once that clicks, the game starts to feel less like a fake desktop and more like a compact machine for creating panic. That panic is the reason to play Uplink today. It is also the reason many people should skip it. The game has aged, and not always gently, but its best idea has not been absorbed neatly by newer games. There is still something sharp about a game that makes the interface itself feel like a crime scene. So the verdict is recommended with caveats. Play the current PC version, preferably on GOG, unless Steam is more convenient for you. Go in for tension, systems, and old school friction. Skip it if you need polish, comfort, or a modern onboarding runway.